The sun blazes over the endless African savanna. Heat rises from the golden grass, shadows stretching long across the plains. Silence dominates until a ripple of movement breaks the calm. A cheetah, muscles coiled like a spring, eyes locked on its target. Each step measured, each breath held. The world's fastest predator is about to unleash its unmatched weapon, speed. But what no one expects, what no one believes possible, is that this perfect hunt will be shattered, not by the prey, but by chaos itself. Jackals, small, cunning, relentless, and the ending will leave you stunned. The cheetah crouches low, every fiber of its being tuned to the chase. Ahead, an unsuspecting wildebeest calf grazes, straying just far enough from its herd to be vulnerable. The wind shifts in the cheetah's favor, masking its scent. Seconds feel like hours. And then, with an explosion of power, the chase begins. The savanna erupts. Dust clouds rise as the cheetah launches forward, body stretching with every stride, covering the ground faster than the human eye can track. The wildebeest bolts, desperate hooves thundering, heart racing against the predator at its heels. This is nature's rawest, dual life against death, speed against survival. The cheetah gains, its lithe form, a tawny streak, against the green. The wildebeest struggles, each breath ragged, its calf's life hanging in the balance. Can it outrun fate, or is it too late? As the drama unfolds, our gaze is drawn to another corner of the savanna, where a group of jackals loiter. They seem out of place, almost like spectators. But are they? What role do they play in this unfolding drama? You might be wondering why the wildebeest isn't running alongside its calf, protecting it from danger. But this behavior makes sense in the wild. Wildebeest mothers don't have time to protect their calves from predators. Their duty is to ensure the survival of the herd. By keeping together, the adult wildebeest maximize their safety in numbers, leaving the risky defense to the bravest individuals. These brave souls pay a heavy price, often losing their lives to protect the herd. It's a calculated risk, a necessary sacrifice for the continuation of their species. Now, let's turn our attention back to the cheetah and the wildebeest calf. The predator is closing in, its breathing heavy, its muscles taut with effort. The prey stumbles, its legs burning, its spirit broken. Is this the end? Then suddenly, from the corner of our eye, we see the jackals make their move. They emerge from their hiding places, a symphony of yelps and snarls. The wildebeest pauses, startled by this unexpected development. The cheetah, momentarily distracted, hesitates. At this crucial moment, every second counts. And the jackals capitalize on the briefest of windows. They rush towards the wildebeest calf, teeth bared, eyes gleaming with anticipation. Could they be aiming for the same prize as the cheetah? What we witness next defies expectations. The jackals, instead of aiding the wildebeest, seem intent on hindering it. They nip at its heels, yanking at its flanks, their barks echoing across the plain. It's as if they're toying with their prey, savoring the fear they inflict. The cheetah, enraged by this interference, lashes out at the jackals, sending them scattering. But their leader, undeterred, returns, baring his teeth in a defiant snarl. He's challenging the cheetah, daring it to stop him. We find ourselves at a pivotal moment in this dramatic chase. Will the cheetah ignore the jackals and finish its hunt, or will it be diverted, allowing the wildebeest to escape? As if sensing the shifting dynamics, the wildebeest takes advantage of the distraction. It darts forward, desperate, determined to put as much distance between itself and its pursuers as possible. The cheetah reacts instantly, resuming the chase, its eyes never leaving its prey. Meanwhile, the jackal leader continues to harass the cheetah, acting as if he's leading it on a merry chase of his own. The dust rises around them, obscuring the drama that's unfolding before our eyes. From a distance, the rest of the jackal pack watches intently. They're not just scavengers looking for an easy meal. They're strategists observing the unfolding drama, ready to capitalize on any opportunity. In the heart of the action, the cheetah's frustration grows. It's trapped in a deadly game of cat and mouse, hindered by a cunning adversary it didn't anticipate. The wildebeest, though exhausted, refuses to give up. It pushes on, driven by the instinct to survive. As the drama reaches its climax, we realize that the cheetah's pursuit is becoming increasingly difficult. The terrain is changing, the prey is tiring, and the jackals continue their relentless harassment. Will the cheetah persist in its hunt, or will it be forced to retreat? The answer lies in the heart of the African savanna, where survival is a constant struggle and every decision counts. Now, let's return to our gripping tale, where the roles have been reversed and the mighty cheetah is on the receiving end of a relentless assault. The chase is on. The cheetah, driven by hunger and instinct, pursues its prey relentlessly. The wildebeest calf, sensing the imminent danger, desperately tries to escape. The wind carries the sounds of the chase across the savanna, creating a symphony of motion and sound. The cheetah closes in, its muscles tensed, ready to pounce. But just when victory seems imminent, the jackals intervene. They appear out of nowhere, interrupting the cheetah's pursuit. Their leader, bolder than the rest, confronts the cheetah directly. It's a showdown between two predators, each intent on asserting its dominance. The cheetah, confused by this sudden turn of events, momentarily hesitates. The wildebeest, seizing the opportunity, darts away, disappearing into the tall grass. The cheetah, realizing the hunt is lost, turns its attention to the jackals. There's a tense standoff. The cheetah, furious and frustrated, confronts the jackals, who stand their ground defiantly. It's a battle of wills, a clash of instincts. Why are the jackals doing this? Are they simply trying to steal the cheetah's prey, or is there more to their actions? What happens next will leave you astonished. The jackals, instead of fleeing from the cheetah, circle it, their barks echoing across the plain. They're taunting the cheetah, challenging it to make a move. The cheetah, unable to comprehend this audacious behavior, paces restlessly. It swipes at the jackals, sending them scattering, but they quickly return. Undeterred by the cheetah's anger, the interaction is perplexing. The cheetah, the apex predator, is being intimidated by a much smaller and weaker opponent. How can this be? It's at this point that we begin to understand the true nature of the jackals. They're not just scavengers or opportunistic hunters. They're intelligent, strategic creatures with a remarkable sense of daring. They know their limitations and exploit every advantage they can get. In this case, they're using their numbers, agility, and sheer audacity to outmaneuver the cheetah. The question is, what will the cheetah do next? Will it resort to brute force, or will it try to outsmart its adversaries? As the tension mounts, the jackals close in on the cheetah, trapping it in a circle. The cheetah, feeling the pressure, tries to break through the encirclement, but the jackals are relentless. They bark furiously, biting and scratching at the cheetah, driving it back. The cheetah, exhausted and frustrated, collapses on the ground, panting heavily. The jackals, sensing their prey's weakness, press their attack. They swarm the cheetah, tearing at its fur, their sharp teeth digging into its skin. The cheetah, overwhelmed, tries to retaliate, but its efforts are futile. The jackals are too many, too vicious. The cheetah is at their mercy. Just when it seems that the jackals will overpower the cheetah, the pack leader steps forward. He looks at the cheetah with a strange intensity, as if sizing up its strength. Then, to the cheetah's surprise, the jackal lets out a loud bark, and the rest of the pack scatters, disappearing into the tall grass. The cheetah, shaken but unharmed, gets to its feet. It looks around, confused by the jackal's sudden departure. Slowly, the dust settles, revealing a wounded pride. The cheetah limps away, defeated, while the jackals gather around their fallen comrade. Their leader lies still, his life fading fast. The cheetah watches from a distance, torn between curiosity and fear. The jackal pack gathers around their fallen leader, mourning the loss of their bold commander. His sacrifice has secured their safety, and they'll remember his bravery for seasons to come. As the sun sets over the savannah, the cheetah returns to its den, nursing its wounds, both physical and emotional. The hunt has ended without success, and hunger gnaws at its belly. But the memory of the jackal's audacity lingers in its mind. It's a reminder that even the mightiest of predators can be challenged, and that sometimes respect is earned, not given. Meanwhile, the surviving members of the jackal pack feast on their hard-earned victory, celebrating the life of their leader by cherishing the taste of his sacrifice. In the vast theater of the African wilderness, a new day dawns. The cheetah, rejuvenated and resolute, prepares for a fresh start. Hunger drives its purpose, and the memory of past defeats fuels its determination. With focused eyes, it scans the horizon, searching for a new opportunity to prove its prowess. Today, there's a different determination in its step, a quiet rage in its heart. The cheetah will not be denied, but as it turns out, the spirit of competition is contagious. The cheeky jackals, emboldened by their previous victory, aren't backing down. They sense the cheetah's renewed vigor, and a challenge ignites within them. This time, they won't merely watch from the sidelines. Once again, the thrill of the chase courses through the cheetah's veins. A lone gazelle has strayed, oblivious to the danger lurking in the tall grass. The cheetah tenses, ready to unleash its unmatched speed, but the jackals are quicker this time. They spot the cheetah's target, and with a flurry of barks, they rush to intercept. Will the cheetah let this provocation slide, or will it charge into the fray? Determined to reclaim its position as the undisputed king of the hunt, the answer is a resounding roar as the cheetah explodes from its crouched position, a blur of tawny muscle and sinew. It streaks toward the gazelle, eager to make amends for its earlier defeat. The jackals, taken aback by the cheetah's sudden burst of speed, scatter in all directions, their yelps echoing across the savannah. For a brief moment, it seems as though the cheetah will have an uncontested chase. But the jackals, quick learners, regroup swiftly. They know the terrain like the back of their paws and use their agility to weave between the cheetah and its prey. The gazelle, sensing the danger, zigzags desperately, trying to shake off its pursuers. But the combined efforts of the cheetah and the jackals are proving relentless. As the drama unfolds, the cheetah realizes that it cannot outrun or outsmart the jackals. Their collective intelligence is their greatest asset, but the cheetah refuses to yield. It digs deep, drawing on reserves of strength it didn't know it possessed. The chase goes on, a mesmerizing display of speed, agility, and sheer determination. The dust clouds rise, obscuring the drama as the animals become mere silhouettes against the fading light. Finally, as the sun dips below the horizon, the cheetah manages to break through the jackal's encirclement. It lunges at the gazelle, and in a heartbeat, the chase is over. The cheetah stands victorious, its chest heaving, its muscles aching. The gazelle lies still, its life force extinguished. The jackals, though disappointed, accept their defeat gracefully. They had put up a valiant fight, but the cheetah's raw power proved unstoppable. As the moon replaces the sun, the savanna falls silent. The cheetah, weary but satisfied, begins its meal, savoring the taste of victory and the promise of sustenance. The jackals, their bellies rumbling, slink away, plotting their next move, for they know that tomorrow is another day in the endless cycle of the hunt. Under the cloak of darkness, the echoes of the hunt resonate across the savanna. The cheetah, its hunger temporarily satiated, curls up,